through most of this, I had access to guns and also access to the manufacture of explosives. And guess what? I didn't go shoot anybody, and I didn't go blow anybody up. I've also had access to knives, and I didn't stab anybody. It's not the tool that kills, but the intent. We've had a whole rash of mass shootings lately, haven't we? A whole bunch of them. Meanwhile, y'all just ain't getting it. There's a reason why my predators have all been busted. The ones that are not allowed to have guns have been busted with guns or threatened me with guns that they're not supposed to have. The other ones, law enforcement, how am I not supposed to be threatened and intimidated by them when they kill, per capita, more homeless people for their population size than anyone else? If the homeless in the United States had the same population size as blacks or disabled people, in 2019, that was about 60 million black people and about 60 million disabled people, and about 500,000 homeless people. So homeless account for 1/120th the population size. So if there were 60 million homeless people, and the homeless people account for 49%, basically 50%, but we'll call it 49%, give you that one extra digit. Make it complicated because we can't round it easily, can we? Now it's more difficult to do the math in your head, ain't it? So you're just going to get lazy and not do the math, right? Me too. I'm too tired to do math. Too tired. I'm tired to the point that I am hoping that my words are coming out coherently. And of course, in a few of my videos, you get to hear me stuttering, which I try hard not to do. I'd rather say or because as soon as people hear you stutter, it's kind of like, well, it's kind of like being a Southerner. As soon as people hear your Southern accent, they automatically take 10 points off your IQ. They just assume you're 20 IQ points dumber than they are. Now, when I got all my teeth out, my accent started, I started sounding like I got more Southern of an accent than I really do. I'm not a Southern boy. So much has happened. I went to all the people I was told to go to. Mandy Singer verified that. She also looked at the evidence that shows that yes, I did go to these professionals, as well as going to my friends, and that yes, it was alcohol. 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 With William Barr on the 4th of July celebrations when he convinced Justine Martindale not to help me, wanted me to just give it to God. He'd been drinking, she'd been drinking. They'd all been drinking. It's 4th of July. A lot of these predators Their friends wanted to make the excuse for them. Oh, he was probably drunk, like Robert Franklin Warnick when he come out into the middle of the street and threatened to kill me, threatened to shoot me in the head. You know, walking from Dallas's house to the post office before the situation with Natalie wouldn't have been an issue. But after the situation with Natalie, I got to be careful about where I go and live. Because there's always people like Robert Franklin Warnick. There's always people like Scott DaCosta. The reason that these predators got away with this is by slandering my name. That includes the police officers. Playing the mentally ill tag. I told y'all how it works. I explained to y'all how it works. You know, sometimes I get to have a positive interaction with another human being. That guy Dean, he's nuttier than squirrel turds, yeah, but he's a nice guy. He doesn't have any ill intent. He's just one of them disabled folks that was dropped off on the streets. He doesn't have enough money to take care of himself. Doesn't have the mental ability to really take care of himself. And so he gets in trouble and all that just for existing. The cops here have messed with him. The cops have messed with quite a few people. One guy down here, as soon as I start talking to him, he starts going off about Epstein and the child molesters who run this country. He also goes off about how the Hood River Police Department helped child molesters in this town get away. That these child molesters that are registered sex offenders, well, they're the reason that he no longer has a job, because a registered sex offender lied about him and said that he'd stolen something. And they didn't have any evidence that he'd stolen something. Now, recording it live on YouTube is a lot less work than recording it on this thing and then converting it over so that it's a video instead of just audio. Also, keeping it charged up isn't exactly that easy all the time. There's only so many USBs and so many plug-ins at the seat in Starbucks. If I get the good seat, there's 4 plug-ins. I can extend that a little bit because there's 3 USB plug-ins that are on my computer. But this thing, I charge it up every few days. I was able to record about half of the conversation with Megan Misegatis. That's something that very much makes me sad. I only recorded half of it. A lot of these people want to claim that I'm taking it out of context. No, I'm not. I'm the only one who's not. I'm posting it up in its entirety. I'm not just cherry picking. I'm not just going through and trying to find the parts where other people fucked up. I also go through and I find the parts where I fucked up. There's a few times where not only did I admit that I fucked up and got shit wrong, but I went through and found the evidence so that I can show y'all, yes, I fucked up and I admit it. And then people want to say, oh, you don't fess up to anything. You don't take responsibility for anything. I absolutely do. I'm not going to take responsibility for you. If you're a mandated reporter who didn't do your job, you didn't do your job. It's not that I didn't do your job. It's not my job to do your job. I did my job by coming to you, the mandated reporter. I came to you in person so I could show it to you in person. when you didn't take it seriously, and the safety issues that I was telling you were going on, the safety issues that I was telling you existed. And not only, Marcia Estrada even verified those things. You know, when she was talking about how she knew that the sheriff was driving around my house, Dallas's house actually, it's because one of her other clients told her that. One of her other clients told her about me. Well, that right there sounds like something that does definitely fall under the, well, you best be getting informed in how to find a way to get that information to where it needs to go. That falls under the category of you as a mandated reporter getting off your ass. Both Megan Misegatis and what's her name? Marcia Estrada. Sorry, super tired. Both of them today admitted that they did try to turn it in. They did. So, we've got that out of the way. That shows that I wasn't the only one who tried it. Now, I'm waiting on them to tell me the who, what, when, where, and why. Which officer did you turn it into? What agency did you turn it into? What day and time? What was said? Of course, we gotta rely on your memory, and I admit wholeheartedly that my memory fucking sucks. After 5 years with so much stuff going on, it's hard to keep it all together. It's a very complicated situation with a lot of fucking idiots involved who didn't know how to listen. I was able to help these people out because when they had problems, I listened to them, and then I helped them how they asked. They were unable to help me because they were too busy talking over me, talking about themselves, making fucking baseless assumptions, listening to rumors, and then throwing that shit in my face. No. So Marcia Estrada needs to work together with me to do something about Penny Cooper. Obviously, I'm not talking about murder. Obviously, I'm not talking about assault. I'm talking about repercussions for her not doing her job. Even after Marcia Estrada told her that that was her job, she still refused to do that job. I've got the recording with Marcia Estrada where she says that she was going to tell Penny Cooper to do that. That she was going to make sure Penny Cooper did that. And then she got a hold of me, and Penny Cooper had already gotten a hold of me to tell me she wasn't going to do that. She told me she was going to do that job. And of course, I recorded that too. Marcia Estrada knew that as an advocate, Penny Cooper had a job to do. Penny Cooper knew she had a job to do. And Penny Cooper did not do that job. This is where I get to say what many of these people say to me. It's not my fault. Penny Cooper was looking for any excuse to dump me off. And she got her excuse. That doesn't change the fact that I told the truth and I recorded the truth. It is Marcia Estrada's job, apparently, to do something about this, but I did take it to her. And then I had to take it to her supervisor, who has made zero attempt to get back a hold of me. Imagine that. Now, when these places do fucked up shit that's against the law, I'm supposed to turn it into the cops. Well, which cops do I try to turn it into? Because there's a conflict of interest with the Dual County Sheriff's Department going all the way back to 2017, before Natalie was even killed. Nebraska State Patrol twiddled their thumbs and didn't do shit and did everything they could to help Scott DeCosta get away with his crimes. And then you tell me to go to Nebraska State Patrol. Meanwhile, I'd gone to Nebraska State Patrol over and over and over again. And when these people were telling me things that were blatant lies, well, that took away my trust for them. When they were interrupting me to make excuses for my predators, that's not my fault. When these Nebraska State Patrol officers were supposed to have their supervisor get in contact with me, that didn't happen. That supervisor didn't get a hold of me. And the safety issues that they were supposed to do something about, well, those got even worse. And it created a situation where I couldn't even take that evidence to show them. Meanwhile, I needed that evidence for court dates in Colorado and Nebraska. And Nebraska State Patrol was saying that if I showed it to them and there was evidence of any crimes, they had to take my equipment itself. So the reason for getting that hotel room is so that me and Megan Messigatis could separate it out and go through it all so that I could use that information in the court dates. And all of the court dates. They needed the electronic information itself. They didn't need the actual computers. They didn't need to disrupt government operations. It shouldn't have been, as not Amanda Jonas, that was in Longmont. See, like I said, a lot of different people. Sergeant Jones. I meant Sergeant Jones, but you know what? It's pretty obvious that I'm too tired to be telling these stories. Now, am I crazy for talking like this, or am I fucking sleep deprived? I'm sleep deprived.